Suck my dick and balls. What? What is up, Footbap Nation? We're back here with a championship weekend of the Footbaps. I'm here with my normal co-host, Paul. Say what up.
What up?
And then we got a special guest, the other side of the championship matchup this week. Dave, say what's up.
What's up?
All right, and we're gonna go over what happened last week. Classic. We're gonna go over the championship matchup in depth, see how both teams are feeling about their squad, feeling about their matchups. Go over other matchups in the league. I think you guys are gonna be a little surprised at what conspired last week, and just fucking get right on into this. So let's start it off with the boring shit. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start it off with. First of all, consolation, I beat Mike. It doesn't mean anything. We actually have, honestly, the losers bracket down here was actually pretty fucking sweet. I actually feel bad for Austin because he thought he won. Right off the rip, it's Nick, dude. Nick's team has gone on an absolute tear. I think he scored over 128 points for 4 weeks straight. He takes down Steve, even though Steve had TJ Hawkinson get 29.4 points. Which, in case either of you were wondering, this 35.9 game from TJ Hawkinson and this 29.4 game from Hawkinson are first of all, the 35.9 game is the fourth best game by a tight end in NFL history in fantasy points, and this 29.4 is number 12 in NFL history. We witnessed two of the best games by a tight end in fantasy history this year.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Cam Akers scored 33.7. Dude, Nick knew exactly what he was cooking up when he drafted this team, dude. He just needed to get to the playoffs. Oh, he was definitely playing the long game. Keenan's been popping off. Fournette. Too bad Derrick Henry's hurt. Fuck, dude. Right. Okay. Damn it. So, first of all, it's insane. I think Mike has won both of his loser bracket games. Yeah, because he beat Austin and now he beat Steve. And now he's going to the game that if he wins it, he'll finish in 7th place as the worst team in history. But he'll finish 7th place, which would be fucking crazy. Aaron Jones sucked. Ramondre sucked. That's crazy that Steve put up 138 with getting 6 points from his starting running backs. I don't think there's really anything else to say here. Nick, another dominant fucking performance.
Yeah.
I think I texted you guys. I was it's a really good thing the playoffs ended the season ended when it did, because Nick is a team no one wants to face right now.
Yeah, Nick is the Lions if the Lions don't make the playoffs, and everyone's oh shit, that's a good thing. Or if the Jaguars didn't make the playoffs, it'd be we're really lucky that they didn't make the playoffs. I actually want to check and see how far was Nick from making the playoffs. Like, did he have close losses? So he lost by 13. Wow. Let's see.
It was rough at the beginning of the year, if I remember right.
Yeah, he lost by 13, 12, 13. 17's not all that much, and then he won, and then he lost by 8. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was gonna.
Point totals out of nowhere, though.
I know, just climbing. I know. 140, 121, 124, 147. That's fucking crazy, dude. So Nick's gonna be in that game, and then me and Paul haven't even been able to figure it out. When Austin sent me a screenshot of this matchup, it said that he had won, and then I woke up this morning, and then I think. Paul, I don't know if you texted me or if I saw it, but all of a sudden Gorman had won. So we don't have ties on in the league. But I'm assuming once it gets to the playoffs, ESPN doesn't allow ties. So I guess Gorman won, but I can't tell what they're basing it off of because Austin's bench outscored his. I had a theory that maybe it was based off of who scored more points during the season or something. I think this might be something that we need to.
Could it be quarterback? I know some leagues will be whoever's quarterback scores the most. Well,
that's the thing is I went to settings and there's no playoff tiebreaker option or anything. It's just regular season tiebreaker, and I have ties off, I have ties on. I have ties on. Go ahead though.
Well, no, Austin's quarterback scored more anyway though, so that can't be right either.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's no setting in there.
Scored. It has to be.
It has to be total points scored on the year. That's the only thing that would make sense. But that's kind of shitty as fuck, dude. What if Austin We could have got the Piss Bowl round 3, dude. ESPN took the Piss Bowl round 3. How funny is that? All year was leading up to the Piss Bowl. Austin and Nick play in the Piss Bowl like the last week of the season, and then they get to rematch the next week, and then it would have been so sick they get to play 3 times in 4 weeks. It's like, what the fuck is happening in here? But I think this will be something that maybe we can discuss. I think ties are like pretty rare. Paul, I went back, and the only time that there was a tie, anyways, we actually hadn't had the new scoring on. That was like 2 seasons ago or like 3. So I think ties are going to be rare anyways.
Yeah.
Like the odds of it happening in a playoff week 2 are insane. Also, Gorman had Hopkins. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah. He had Hopkins and Palmer on. So that means that going into like Sunday night, Gorman must have been like, I've got this one. And then he got 2 points out of his guys. Except for, I guess, Austin had Godwin and whatever. Gorman beats Austin, ? I guess.
Yeah. Good for him.
And then, like I said, I played Mike. Honestly, it's a good thing I didn't get a bye or anything, because now Justin Herbert actually had his worst game of the. Well, he's had all 3 of the worst games of his career this season. With the fucking 8.885, like, so that sucks.
Certified bum.
Yeah, actually, next season for QB is going to be so fucked. So I was actually thinking about this. I'm very like curious to see where people go, because obviously like Mahomes, Josh Allen, Hurts, those are like going to be the main top 3 guys. And then I think Burrow's probably in a tier of his own, but then it's like, then the next best are probably like Trevor and Justin Fields.
I think Justin Fields probably will be 5.
Oh, I guess Herbert and Lamar and Tua, like after you get out of Mahomes, Allen, and Hurts, and I guess Burrow, because Burrow's been pretty good this year too. Yeah. Like, maybe he'll stop throwing touchdowns, but he's thrown a shit ton of touchdowns as it is, 34. So I think outside it'll be these 3 early, and then Burrow maybe like a round later, and then it'll be like, I don't even know who to pick between Trevor, Fields, Herbert, Lamar, Tua, like, because Kyler's on the IR, Brady and Rodgers and Russ all suck now. Like, I don't know, Dak, like,
Dak, he's pretty elite. I don't know if you.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe how bad he's done in terms of like interceptions. Like 12 picks in like what? He's got had to have played like 10 games. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12 picks in 10 games. What is this man doing out here?
He's just softening up the defense.
Yeah, so it'll be, and then Watson. No one's gonna feel comfortable taking Watson because he hasn't done anything this year. So yeah, it's like, I don't know, dude. Next year's going to be fucked at quarterback. It used to be like, even going into this year too. Choices. Yeah, even going into this year and like most years, it's like, yeah, like you said, 8 good like 1 or 2 like elite choices, and then like 6 really good choices, and then like 4 good choices, and then a bunch of guys that are like, hey, maybe these guys will pan out. This is like 3 elite choices, and then like, kind of 4, like I'll put Burrow in there. It's just crazy. He's still like 30 points behind Hurts. I don't know if I can count. So like I'd say 3 major elite, and then 1 elite, and then like a bunch of like question mark, like should be good, or could be good, but like who even knows, dude? Quarterback's going to be so fucked, dude.
Usually you can get like your backup quarterback. You're still like, all right, this guy might be decent. Backup quarter, like the last, like think about if you're like the last team to take a backup quarterback, like who's that even gonna be?
Oh yeah, I have no fucking idea. Brock Purdy, Cooper Rush. No, dude. In all actuality, I was gonna say the backups are probably gonna be Pickett and Mac Jones, and I don't know if wherever the fuck Jimmy ends up, maybe. Honestly, it probably wouldn't. I mean, as much as you don't want to do it, like, I don't know, Aaron Rodgers as a backup isn't like maybe be hopefully he like gets back to form. Not that I do that, because when I pick my backup, I usually like picking guys that have like really high upside, which like, thanks a lot, Kirk Cousins, because I had Kirk Cousins all year, and then I was starting him in this entire stretch. I know I sat him against Dallas. I might have played him against New England. Whatever, I dropped him, and then it's like 25, 32, 24. Now, obviously, I'm not in the playoffs, so like whatever. But with how Herbert's playing, like holy shit, Herbert's gonna be a crazy one because people are probably still gonna rank him in the top 5 quarterbacks, and I just after this year, dude, I don't even know. It's crazy that he was like the second best quarterback last year, and then like the 4th best the year before, and now it's like. He fucking sucks, dude. For fantasy, at least.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Oh yeah, this was just me and Mike's shit, dude. Zonovan Knight. Yeah, Mike did. I don't even think Mike really set his lineup anyway, so this just doesn't really matter. Like I said, this is just the 5 and 6. This really doesn't mean anything. Like at least in losers, you're like, I want to defend my honor and get 7th. Yeah. Like for the 5, 6, it's like who even fucking cares, dude. So we'll start off. I think this one was better. So we'll start off with Kyle versus Paul. As you know, all season long. Wow, you know what's hilarious, Paul? I just realized Kyle was getting 30 points from Hurts every week, so if he had 30 points from Hurts, he would have fucking beat you.
Crazy.
But Kyle's entire team this entire season was built off of at least 3 of Jalen Hurts, Austin Eckler, Tony Pollard, and Tyreek Hill scoring 30 points every week. And it was never going to be sustainable with the rest of the team that he had. I will say, Paul, this was now I'm looking at the names, I'm getting flashbacks at how lucky you actually did get in this. One was Dave. I don't know if either of you watched the Green Bay game. I was like watching it. I was half watching it because it had playoff implications, and I don't know. It was like midday. Like it's like what else do? You open your presents, and then you're like, now we're just chilling and watching football. Christian Watson got tackled on the one twice. And then also got like pass interference, like could have caught another touchdown, but they like interfered and like, and it happened like all on the same drive. And I was like, holy shit, Christian Watson could have like 2 touchdowns right here now. And then he got hurt in like the beginning of the first half. So that was Paul Luck number 1. Paul Luck number 2, Dave. I don't know if you saw Tyreek got tackled on the 1-yard line twice. One was like a 60-yard touchdown. So I was like, what is happening, dude? Like that's so many points that Kyle just lost out on. And that was like in the same game. And when that was happening, I just knew that Paul won. Like, to be honest, I knew it was over the second that Travis Etienne had his like best game since like week 8 or whatever. 12 points.
Been solid.
3.6.38. Come on, Paul. Yeah. Come on, Paul.
Solid. Last week was solid, I mean.
CeeDee Lamb had his second best week of the season by far. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb.
Me so hard.
CeeDee Lamb won it for you. I love that you were like, I don't know. It's just you fell for the mid trap. You're lucky. I mean, you won, but like, oh, dude, I wanted it so bad to come down to Monday night. I wanted it so bad to come down to Monday night. Eckler versus Pittman, and you're only up like 10 and you only get 5. It would have worked out perfectly too.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be hysterical. He's actually playing Michael fucking Pittman in his lineup.
I a better option, dude.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, looking at the bench.
Foreman, I would never start him against Dallas. Or Detroit, I mean. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But
I guess I mean, it's because I had Michael Pittman all year. So anyone who didn't have him might
lost so many targets.
Wait, has Jacoby Myers done anything other than this 17-point game? Like, would you?
Dude, he actually he would. I don't think he would have started him. But remember, he did have the stretch where he was really good.
Yeah.
But that was so long ago. The only person I would have started was probably Alan Lazard. I wouldn't have started Foreman after last week. Foreman out of nowhere, I bet Kyle probably feels bad that he dropped Foreman and then he put up 22.5. But like realistically, would he have started Foreman against Detroit? Yeah, like no fucking way. Like, so he should not feel bad about that at all. Especially because I don't know how much you guys pay attention, but Detroit had been like the number 1 run defense since 7, they were number 1 over the last like 8 weeks or something. So like they're 7th now, but it was like the stretch before that was like fucking crazy. Also, I thought it was hilarious you played Titans over Eagles. I was hoping that would come back to bite you. And then the second you benched... Go ahead, Dave.
Was that a bad move?
Oh no.
Different.
The whole reason was, first of all, Dak Prescott had been throwing a shit ton of picks. So that's what I was
If they
thinking.
didn't get that pick 6, it would have been a 1 point or 6 points. What was it?
Oh yeah. Oh, they got a pick 6 too. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking was like Dak and picks. Regardless, the main reason I say it was I know that the Titans were playing Houston. Houston sucks, but like the Titans defense is fucking shit, dude.
That's true, yeah.
-6, -6-0. Like that's why I was saying in fantasy, like when it comes to defenses, basically what happens with me is I'm like, if I have a good defense, I don't really care who they play unless it's like Patrick Mahomes, basically. Like if it's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, then I'll bench him. But like anyone else, for the most part, I'm like playing them against. I'm probably forgetting some other teams too, but I don't know. The Eagles have just been so good all year. It's like
they have, yeah. And
it's
I'm
like you can
actually like Tennessee's like insanely injured. Like they have like the most guys on IR, like, including defense.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's and then I think last week Houston actually hadn't even been looking bad for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. Like when I saw that, I was like, Eagles are definitely a safe like 6 points, and the Titans could totally drop like a 1 point game, you know? Fair. But so yeah, I didn't even think it was a bad start or anything, Paul. I was just thinking like that's classic Paul. He overthought it. He benched the good defense for a shitty one.
I got the Titans like 3 weeks ago, waiting for this week.
Yeah.
Okay. I get what you're saying now. Yeah.
The other thing is too, Paul, you were way too excited about getting Michael Pittman when we had texted, and you were like, I'm fucking stoked to play him next week, and I was like, what, dude? Michael Pittman sucked. I was about to look at my messages. Say what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna look it up.
So Nick Foles hasn't played like a game this season as the Colts, so I was like, okay, maybe I'll just stick with one target and only throw it to him. So I was hoping that would happen, but Nick Foles just looked so shitty. It was very bad to watch. But
the Colts just really suck.
Yeah, and last week him getting 10 catches, I was like, all right, this is cool. Maybe
here it is. Wait. Oh yeah, here it is. I don't know what we were even talking about. Let's see. Oh, we were just talking about old teams. And I was talking about when I don't know, Dave. I don't know if I've talked about it with you, but one of my fondest memories is on Christmas Day. I'm pretty sure it was Christmas Day at that point when I won the championship in 2017. I had Jake Elliott, the old Eagles kicker. He kicked a game-winning 40-yard field goal on Monday Night Football to win the game, and that beat Gorman by 2 because he was my field goal kicker. So I was like, that's what we were talking about. And then, Paul, this is when you texted me, Pittman gonna pop off for 25. And I said Pittman pops off in our league or work league, and you go, ours, work league is dead. And then I said, I refuse to believe you're going to start Pittman, and then you did. Because I really didn't think you were going to start him. I was like, why the fuck would he start Michael Pittman? And
I thought Foles would just beat him. And that was it. Save no one else, really.
This yards per reception for Pittman is hysterical. So 13.4 at all of them. 9, 10, 11, 10, but then 9, 7, 7, 7, 12, 8, 8, 6. It's like there's no upside to Michael Pittman Jr., dude. Throw him in your lineup and get like 6 points, but like it's brutal, dude.
10 catches for 60 yards was just catching screens the whole time. Like, how is that even possible?
They don't throw passes to him longer than like 10 yards is the max they throw, and most of them are like 2 to 3 to 4 or 5 yards. Like
little slam boy.
It's so bad. I watched like all the Colts games this year. The worst part is like I keep thinking back, and I'm like, I don't even feel stupid for drafting him in the 4th round or whatever, because my thought process was there. He was going to have a shit ton of targets and get a shitload of catches, but I didn't factor in that he was going to get no yards and no touchdowns. Like he had like 8 touchdowns last year and like 1,100 yards.
Yeah, I thought he was really good last year from what I remember.
Yeah.
He was, and that was with like not getting that many targets. So now this year it was like, I don't know what the stats are now, but I know a few weeks ago he was like 6th in targets, or maybe like 4th in targets and 6th in receptions. And it's like, wow, you'd think that would turn into like good production, but it fucking doesn't, dude. It's horrible. He was the worst pick of all time. So many times I was like, do I start him? And it's like, you can start him and get fucking points, but it's just, there's no upside, dude. What a brutal fucking year. But dude, we might go back to the well next year once they get Derek Carr.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Also, you guys you and Kyle in this matchup had a pretty good kicker duel. 8 points, 5 points. That's actually pretty solid. Thank God Kyle benched Zay Jones. That was I remember being like, I was gonna text him and be like, Kyle, for your like, please start Slayton over Zay. Like, it's just not gonna end well. But yeah, Kyle played Tom Brady when I was talking to you guys earlier, and Daniel Jones I felt like was a way better play, as well as Gardner Minshew on waivers, and then a real killer was Juwan Johnson. I mean, throwing Juwan Johnson in the lineup was asking for less than 2 points, in my opinion. It was a 32-point over-under. They were not going to throw the ball at all. Like, I don't know. Like Cole Kmet, but there were options on waivers like Dawson Knox, who had like 11 or 12 points. Like, so that was another. Well, you guys are going to see a theme. Footbap viewers at home, you're going to see a theme of people just like not making the right moves in their lineups. Going to be capped off by a move by Dewey that's going to go down in history as like the worst. You know what? I might say the second worst move in Footbap history, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But Zach Moss. I respected Kyle for sticking with Zach Moss here because I was afraid he was gonna. He could have started Gabe Davis 10 points, but I don't know. Diggs only got you 3 points, so that was definitely unlucky. But I feel like everything else worked in your favor. DJ
Pretty
Moore,
solid.
18 points.
Mark Andrews continuing his shit off, but
all right, let's do it now. Now can we get another panic meter, Paul, on this, Paul?
Dude, the Ravens are so bad.
First off, Joe Mixon panic meter.
Like a 7. I mean, like, it was bad before, but at least he's getting passes. I guess that helps.
All right, panic meter on ETN now that he had a couple okay games in a row.
I'll go to 4, dude. He's playing Houston next week. I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true. Diggs panic meter. Diggs
is surprising. I don't know. They had 35 points scored or something. It was just everyone else but Diggs. Crazy.
Diggs hasn't scored 20 points since before their bye.
Yeah, but he's still like, what is he? Wide receiver 5?
Probably 4.
Damn.
But 3, 8, 5 in their last.
I feel like a 6. I feel like they'll redeem him against Eli Apple.
6 is high, right?
What?
6 panic meter is high.
Yeah,
like you're saying. Okay, I was just making sure because you keep saying like, yeah, I'll give it a 7. I'm a little bit worried, and I'm like, a 7's pretty fucking high, dude. Okay, true.
9 and 10 and everything.
Panic meter on Michael Pittman Jr.
I'll go with a 4. I'm not too panicked.
Can there even be a panic meter for a guy you even be confident?
Can you have a panic meter on mid? Yeah. I honestly don't even know.
Yeah, what's the panic meter on Deebo Samuel?
Just an injured player. Is there any kind of panic meter on CD?
No,
that's a 0.
Feeling great.
Panic meter on Brian Robinson Jr.
0 because he's playing the Browns.
Oh, he's playing the Browns.
Okay.
Okay. And now for the panic meter of all panic meters, Mark Andrews.
700. He fucking sucks. I hate him.
Oh, Paul, guess what? That game's gonna be Sunday night too.
Oh yeah, I have 2 Monday nighters with Diggs versus Mixon or Diggs and Mixon.
Oh no, that's the Paul Monday Night Luck. Which, by the way, Paul,
I don't like that.
I think I texted you, Paul. First of all, I just want to say something. So, me and Paul, we're just unlucky as fuck. So Mark Andrews rookie year, whatever. 2019 pops off. 800 yards, 10 touches from a tight end is awesome. I take Mark Andrews this year. Still his worst fucking year ever. I can't fucking believe that he got 700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Totally sucked. Then the next year he has like a fucking career year. 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. And now Paul gets him in another down year. So fuck Mark Andrews. I'm glad going into this year I was like, I know Mark Andrews had a good year last year, but I will never trust him for what he did to me in 2020. And now that he's done it again,
I wasn't planning on drafting him at all, draft night. He wasn't on my list, but he dropped like 5 picks from where he usually goes, and I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll take him.
Yeah, I mean,
I picked him like 20 or something.
Honestly, you kind of are a tight end guy, because remember last year you took Travis Kelce in the second round and then Darren Waller in the third round, and it like derailed your entire season.
Wait, what?
Yeah, last year Paul took tight ends in the second and third round. He took Travis Kelce in the second and Waller in the third.
He was big on tight ends.
Waller fell so much. I was like, I can't pass him up. I feel stupid if he pops off, and then he did terrible.
Yeah, and then I think you took Cortland Sutton in the fourth, right? And I think he like might have missed the whole year with an injury. Yeah, a year. I would say a year early, but he kind of sucked this year too.
What was the thought process? Like, you'll just put Waller at flex or something?
Yeah, that was the idea, because we had 2 flex spots. I was like, all right,
okay,
just throw him in there. Hog a little bit of tight end action.
The round 3 Waller, Kelce and Waller. That's so fucking. And then Zeke in the first. How did you make the playoffs with this team?
Actually, Zeke wasn't bad. The first made sense though, right? Because that was before Pollard.
Click on him.
Oh my God, he was RB6 last year.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah. But he sucked to end the year. Okay, so he was good to start the year and then sucked to end the year.
I crawled into the playoffs somehow.
Well, I was wondering. Well, I was thinking how
the year was when Pollard started like rising.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I was wondering like why were we all so confident that Zeke would not do that good this not do bad, but like not be an RB1, and I was so confident, and I guess that's why, because the second half of the season, that must have been when Pollard took over. I do want to see. So Chris Godwin, this was the year he got. I don't know how you made the playoffs, dude. Yeah, Chris Godwin, Kyler Murray, solid. Gus Edwards in the 6th round.
He got injured. It was Dobbins' replacement. Didn't play at all.
Sixth round, Gus Edwards. That is so bad. Jamar Chase. That's why you made the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's why. Oh, imagine you made the championship game with a 50-point, and that would have been the 50-point Jamar Chase game would have been in the championship. That's crazy. Sutton was the 8th. Wow, this was. Wow. Okay, I thought he got hurt. He just sucked. What the fuck?
I probably dropped him by like fucking week 7.
That's crazy. Mostert, you know what? No, he got hurt.
He got hurt. Yep. It was not. I don't know how.
Wow,
DJ Chark, he got hurt.
Dude, I had so many. Oh my god, I don't know what I did.
Oh, Mike Williams and Jamar Chase saved your ass. Yeah.
All right.
That must have been what happened. What were you saying? Oh, Elijah Moore too. Elijah Moore had that stretch where he was fucking ripping everyone to shreds. What were you saying though, Dave?
Oh, I took Antonio Brown in like the 9th round or something, and honestly, it just feels weird because it seems like he's been out of the league so much longer than just last year.
Oh, I remember when Austin took Gibson in the 2nd round. I was like, that's bold as fuck. He actually, RB10. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not horrible.
Look at how fucking crazy this. I will never get over this. Oh well, he missed, so that's why he ended that, and then he missed weeks, so he ended 2. But yeah, Eckler, Jefferson, Evans, DJ Moore was good last year, I think. Yeah, 19th. Like, damn, fuck that, dude. No, Cooper Kupp kind of reminded me of Mark Andrews in a way, because it was the same thing as Mark Andrews, like young, and then he pops off, and then he sucks, and then it actually no, he popped off, and then he sucked. And well, I think he got injured in this one, but then he popped off again and then did bad again. And I was like, fuck Cooper Kupp. I'm never picking him. And then he did good last year. And I was like, fuck that, dude. Back to Paul and Kyle. Kyle lost to Paul by 19 points. Paul, it's kind of crazy that this season comes down to this horrible weather week like that. Like, that's just insane. I've never seen lower over-unders than last week. Fucking crazy. But at the end of the day, and then Paul, so you put up 123, which is definitely
pretty solid.
Solid, but it's hilarious because I'm pretty sure you had sucked for so long. I think even last week we counted and you scored 96, right? So
you're 101, I thought.
Oh, okay, so your last 5 weeks were 99, 94, 119. Oh, solid. 66, 101. So I literally was like, Paul's team is definitely the worst team in the playoffs. And then he fucking won.
We're back.
Yeah, now we're fucking back. And now in our other matchup, this is the matchup to end all matchups. This was Dave versus Dewey, and Dewey made the worst roster decision of all time. Holy shit, Tyler Higbee scored 26 points. I'm assuming Dewey would have never played him over Darren Waller. Right. But what the fuck? Dave wins by 10, but for some godforsaken reason, Dewey, first of all, he played well, okay, so he benched T. Higgins. T. Higgins, he literally missed this week. So outside of the week that he missed, T. Higgins had 14, 11, 21, 19, 9.5, 12, 12, 8, 22, 12, 16. T. Higgins was essentially like guaranteed double-digit points.
He's number 9. Wide receiver 9.
The wide receiver 9. He benched T. Higgins, Dewey benched T. Higgins for DeAndre Swift, who is like getting single-digit carries in like snaps, barely playing, horrible. And then Garrett Wilson with Zach Wilson at quarterback in a horrible weather game. And if he would have played T. Higgins, he would have won by 10 points against Dave. Dave, how were you feeling when you saw that he had kept T. Higgins on the bench? Like going into the week, you saw him on the bench. Were you like, okay, he's gonna put him in, right?
Well, yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, I definitely thought so because I mean, T. Higgins has just been awesome this year. Yeah, the Garrett Wilson thing, I wasn't really factoring in the weather aspect of it, but really I was just thinking like Zach Wilson literally fucking sucks so bad that like I just wouldn't. I don't know. It was
Yeah, Zach Wilson alone would have made me not play him.
I think that's the thing I was thinking. I wasn't really even thinking about who was it, DeAndre Swift. I was just thinking straight up if you compare Garrett Wilson to T. Higgins, would have gone T. Higgins, but yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, but the Swift one was hilarious because it was like what the fuck, because DeAndre Swift has pretty much barely touched the ball since week 8. 5 carries, 2 carries, 6 carries, 5 carries, 5 carries, 14 out of nowhere, but then 6, then 8. So I was like,
is he getting catches?
Barely. Oh yeah, he's getting catches, but it's like 1, 5, 3, 4, 3.
Okay, yeah.
Like, and then he's also just kind of like barely playing anyways. So yeah, this was fucking crazy. Dave starting Brock Purdy. Dude, Brock Purdy is like actually solid. For a while there, I was like,
I mean, I don't really have a choice after Kyler got hurt. Kyler was kind of sucking anyway, like, but whatever.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about Kyler is that like anytime you have Kyler Murray, you think to yourself, because I think I was saying it to Nick Barlow, where I was like naming QBs that you start every week. And Nick was like, and I named Kyler as one of them. And Nick was like, why would you start Kyler every week? And I was like, well, you kind of have to. I mean, he's like the QB 5 on the season, and he
was all year.
He runs around like
he gets rushing and stuff. It doesn't feel good having him.
No, it didn't at all this year. Last year I had him too, I think, in one of my leagues, and I remember him being like great for most of the season. He kind of sucked towards the end, if I remember right.
Right. That's the weird thing about Kyler is that, and so in my opinion, when I say like a quarterback you start every week, I'm thinking like a top 8 quarterback is pretty much almost always someone that you just have in your lineup every week, like no matter who they play. Now this season's a little weird because like QB7 is like Geno Smith and shit. So like, and like 8 is like Kirk Cousins. But in most years, like, and regardless, Kyler before he got hurt was still like QB4 or 5 or 6. Like, so I'm like, I understand Kyler's had like a 12 and 13 point game and like maybe a 16 point game, which like isn't great. Yeah. But like you start Kyler Murray every week because he's never going to get you less than like 10 most likely. And even if he does, it's like once in a blue moon. And it's because he can score like 30 points in a game, but he's so weird because it's like, it's always so ugly. It never feels good. It feels like he scores all his points like at the end of the game out of nowhere.
There was a lot of games at halftime he was not doing well, and then all of a sudden would end with a lot of points.
Yeah, it's so weird. So yeah, I really wonder what's going to happen with him tearing his ACL. I really wonder what's going to happen with the Cardinals quarterback and shit next year. But you have Brock Purdy anyway, so that was solid. Miles Sanders has just been shitting his pants. I don't know what's happening.
He had an awesome game like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I mean like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean really when you look at his last like 6-7 weeks, it's been pretty bad besides that 3-week stretch where he had like 29, 28, 10.
Did you guys hear a car go off?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm sitting outside.
I was like, what the fuck? I thought that was in my house. Yeah, no, I mean it's not like you're going to bench Miles Sanders. Najee's been good. Did he?
Pretty good, yeah.
He really ended with a 3.3 yards per carry. It didn't feel that way. Oh,
No,
maybe
he
it's
did a lot
because
of
of the
passes.
receptions. It might have been because of
No,
the
but even
receptions.
rushing though, it looked like he had like a few really good runs, and I was like, oh, he probably finished pretty good, and that wasn't really the
Yeah,
case.
well,
At least,
I figured
for the
he
yards
finished
carries.
at like 4.2 or something. Damn, Najee. What did you trade? You traded Mike like
James Robinson.
James Robinson.
James Rob,
Which,
who's been
like,
a healthy
at the
scratch for
time-
like 5 straight weeks.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. At the time, it was like a mid for mid trade, but I was like, all right, Najee, like this. I
He looked
got him like
terrible.
right after that like gauntlet of games the Steelers went through. I was like, all right, he's not as bad as he's looked. Like their schedule gets softer. I think he might actually start putting up like decent points.
Dude,
So-
okay, not to interrupt anything here. Fuck Pat Connaughton, dude. He has fucking 9 fantasy points. What an asshole. I only paid like 3,800 for him or something. But it's not like he's not playing. I'm pretty. He's gotten minutes. He might even have like 20 minutes right now. Let's see.
Wow.
Certified ass.
Pat Connaughton has played 21 minutes and he hasn't hit a single shot. Like I picked him because 7 rebounds. I'm like he's gonna get rebounds. He'll hit a few threes, you know. But no, he just fucking blows, I guess. Kyrie ended with 44, Paul, so that actually kind of saved our asses. Are you in first? Have you looked? You're in first, Paul. Holy shit.
I don't even want to look.
You're in first, but it looks like you don't have a lot of guys left. Oh my God, Paul, me and you both got screwed by Bucks fill-in players. Javon Carter and Pat Connaughton have 9 points each.
Damn.
Torrey Craig with 9 points. Let's see. Mikal Bridges only ended with 38. Thank God, dude. I was about to say, if he ended with a career high like 60 points, I was actually going to be so fucking pissed. I feel like everyone's going to have Jordan Poole. 66% owned. So, okay, sorry for getting off track here, boys. Justin Jefferson is amazing. Nick Barlow actually texted me and said he's going to take Justin Jefferson #1 overall in fantasy next year. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I would like argue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, look at these fucking numbers, dude. Like,
no, I think
11 catches, 12, over 100 yards like every fucking week. He was awesome when I had him last year, and now he's doing even better this year.
So I think he might be on pace to break 2,000.
I think he's more than on pace now.
Like he could do it next game, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Is he needed to average like 100 yards? Oh, you know what? So the record is 1964, right? 1,964 yards, I think.
It's like just under 2,000.
So yeah, he just needs to get like 100 yards the next couple of games, which he can easily do.
He could break the record and break 2,000. Be the first.
Yeah,
I know it's an extra game,
crazy.
but still.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
even with like a couple games where he had like only 30, 14.
You know
like,
I know. Yeah, that's the other thing I was telling Nick. I was like, imagine if he didn't have a 14-yard receiving game. Like, obviously you're gonna have a down 48, 33, 45. Like, those aren't good games, but they're not like total deal breakers. And there's only 3 of them. But the 14 one is crazy. I think what this actually shows me is how fucking good was Calvin Johnson that year, dude? What the fuck was happening that he in 16 games put up almost 2,000 yards when Justin Jefferson has... What'd you say?
On a bad team, too. I mean, I know that year they were like decent, I think, but...
Yeah, and people are going to be like, Calvin Johnson was just a target merchant or whatever. But, like, I don't care what you call him. Justin Jefferson this year, 184 yards, 147, 154, 107, 115, 193, 223, 139, 123, 133.
Prime Julio, Antonio Brown, like those couple years where it was like every game they were just putting up like 150 and like it was nothing.
I know, dude. And this is he still needs to average 100 yards over the next 2 games to break this record, like 105 yards. What was Calvin Johnson doing that year, dude? I'm not even joking. I'm looking up his game. I just want to see, like, did he have like multiple 200-yard games? Do we know what year it was? Was it 2012? 2012, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so he had...
How many losses they had too? They weren't even remotely good.
They lost fucking like 8 games straight to start the year.
Oh my god!
What the fuck? This is crazy though. 225, 120. He had like, oh my god, he never had less than 50 or 46 yards. I guess I'm counting this 94 as 100 yards just to see he had 1, 2, 3 games with less than 100 yards in 16 games, basically. Insane. What the fuck, dude? So yeah, Justin Jefferson, he might go number 1 overall in fantasy. Like, I think you can argue CMC or whatever, and like maybe Eckler too. Like, I totally get it, but at the same time, I might just be like, fuck it. I know Justin Jefferson is gonna be. I just like Justin Jefferson too. He's really fun to have on your fantasy team. Kelsey got his classic 14. David Montgomery, Jerick McKinnon. He's just
popping off, dude.
It's I'm insane,
really
dude.
glad I was able to pick him up like in the last couple of weeks.
And it's crazy you can't sit him because even though he only gets like 10 touches a game basically, but it doesn't matter because everyone goes for a touchdown. But go ahead.
Right. No, I mean the story of like my running back situation, besides Breece Hall before he got injured, every week is just, well, this guy's either gonna get like 8 or a lot.
Yeah. This guy's either gonna get me 1.4 or 28,
or like literally 30. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's literally fucking insane.
Montgomery, you never know. It's just a crapshoot.
You're the opposite of Kyle, where Kyle was like, I know I'm getting 3 guys scoring 30 points. You're like, dude, I could honestly put up 40 points this week if like I don't have like a guy score like 30 because I know that half the guys are going to put up like 1. Actually, Justin Jefferson obviously is locked in, and Najee's pretty much locked in at like 10 points every week.
He's been a double-digit guy pretty much, yeah.
That's why I wish I had someone to trade Mike for Najee, because around this point in the season, I knew that Najee was disappointing, but I didn't have anyone to give up to like buy low on him. And because I was like, look, I know Najee's disappointing, but he's basically guaranteeing you like 10 points a week. Like I know some of the games 5, 7, but like, I don't know. That was a really good pickup, and I can't believe Mike did it for just James Robinson. That's fucking insanity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that Dewey benching T. Higgins was like, I'm gonna say it's the worst move of all time in Footbap history, just because there was no reason for him to bench him. But I will say a close second was me versus Nick Sad in our championship game like 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember, Dave, but
no, Myles Gaskin and Tom Brady.
Yep. So I lost 92.5 to 63, which was like by far the least I had scored in the year. And basically what I thought going into this game, Dave, was I said the Bucs are playing Detroit. If Tom Brady doesn't throw like every touchdown in the first half, I know that they're benching him in the second half. So like he might only give me like 14 points. So Tom Brady was benched for the entire second half, but it didn't fucking matter because he did throw 4 touchdowns and 350 yards in the first half. That sucked. And then I had Myles Gaskin in all week, and like 10 minutes before game time, it came out that Miami was starting Salvin Ahmed, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? So I took Myles Gaskin out, and they started Salvin Ahmed and then didn't play him the rest of the game, and Myles Gaskin got 30.5. So if I had just played these two, I actually would have beaten Nick. So that sucked. So I would say that's got to be like the second worst benching
rough.
ever.
You had to start Le'Veon on his Kansas City era.
I know, dude. That was I guess I could have started Giovanni, but I think at that point he
probably also wasn't a safe bet though, to be honest, at that point.
Yeah, and I think it was more of the fact that like they like didn't know if Mixon was like out or some shit. Like there was something weird going on there. He was like splitting carries, and I didn't really know, but yeah, no, it was brutal. And then obviously Lockett, DJ Moore, Robert Tonyan. This is hilarious if you want to see. Robert Tonyan leading up to that had 12, 15, 11, 11, 8, and then just got me 1.5 in the championship game, which sucked. Wow. Robert Woods, I think, was pretty solid all year. Yeah, 6 points. Like I got fucked in this championship game, dude. And the whole reason I started Hurts over I started Hurts over Brady. He got 37 points the week before, dude. I was like, dude, he's popping off.
Oh yeah, look, Nick started Ahmed.
Dude, what? I'm telling you, dude, this is so fucked up. I can't believe I lost this game. If there was never a report that came out that was like, oh yeah, Salvin Ahmed is literally like the fucking starter, I would not have ever played him. I can't believe that shit, dude. So yeah, that was definitely the second. It is hilarious seeing that my bench scored 111 points. That's actually hysterical.
That's wild.
So yeah, that was a terrible loss. I can't, but I will say Dewey's is worse because at least I had reasons for benching those guys. The T Higgins thing was nonsensical. I don't know what Dewbag was thinking. I think I texted him about it. Well, let's see. Let me pull up the receipts with Dewey real quick. If you guys want to talk amongst yourselves real quick.
Bonehead bimbo move, Dewey, if you're listening.
Well, I kind of want to hear him out. I kind of want to hear the reasoning,
True.
Okay.
Give a man the benefit of the doubt.
True.
Hilariously enough, on December 13th, Dewey goes, Messi isn't your GOAT after that performance, and my response back is PK merchant. But either way, I said I was rooting for you so hard. Can't believe you played Swift and Wilson over Higgins and Dobbins too, because that was the other thing is I was like, I don't know why you would even play Swift over Dobbins. Now Dobbins didn't do anything, but I still just I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Either way, he goes, I want to die. I still think I can pull this off. The weather looks good for the rest of the games, but I definitely fucked myself over. And I said, I'm rooting for you. I really was rooting for Dewey because I don't know. Dewey's had a few years where he's had really good teams and he's just lost. So I was like, I do. And plus I wanted 2 new teams in the championship. No offense, Dave. Because I was like, I like seeing different teams in the championship. I don't think either of them had made the championship. But I said, I'm still rooting for you. And then he immediately turned violent and said, fuck Dave. He doesn't deserve this. I drafted my whole team but CMC. And I said, he doesn't deserve it. I agree. And then 3 hours later, the text of defeat. I got too cute. I said, I'm sorry. I thought this was your year for sure after Kyle lost Hurts. And then Dewey said, I told myself if I got past Dave, the chip was mine. This hurts.
Damn.
It's painful. I came in last year. Wow, he could have gone from last to first. That would have been pretty sweet.
Damn.
At least he's aware that he got too cute with it,
I just love that it was 3 hours later. I got too cute.
That's hilarious.
The text before that was, I still feel good about it. Like I might have a chance. 3 hours later, I got too cute. And that's it. So Dewey got too cute. Dave wins. I will say this is a pretty classic matchup here. Admittedly, I am rooting for Paul. Well, let's get into the matchups. First of all, losers bracket. Austin versus Steve. Whatever, means nothing. That's like the 9-10 game, actually, which is hilarious. Dude, Steve can go from first to last.
Yeah. Steve was like fighting for the playoffs.
Hey, Steve can go from first to last. That would be so good. And then Nick's obviously playing for 7th place. Derrick Henry's out. That's gonna hurt. But go Nick. That would be hilarious if Nick finished 7th. Dewey and Kyle in the 3rd place game. I kind of feel like Dewey's gonna win this. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. We can look at this, but Dewey just has to make the right moves, and then I think he's gonna win.
Hurts is gonna be out still probably. So
yeah. So David, do you agree? I think Dewey's kind of won this one.
Yeah. I would say so on paper.
Thanks, Dave.
On paper, yeah.
He's got to put T Higgins in.
He doesn't have T Higgins in yet, but that'll be fine. I'm obviously taking Mike on for the 5-6 game, meaningless, whatever. And now I
thought you beat Mike.
Yeah, but
him again for some reason. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't understand it either because I wish that it took. Oh, because me and Mike lost in the first round, but I feel like it should be in the losers bracket. I'll look into it this offseason to see if like there's some kind of way to because I still think that the teams that lose in the semifinal are the teams that should be playing for 3rd place. But I wish there was some way to incorporate like the 5 and 6 team, like the losers of the first round to the losers bracket, and then kind of like duke it out down there. I don't know. ESPN sets their shit up weird. So
because like Nick has won both. Gorman's lost one of these, so Nick should be playing like you right now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it should be me versus Nick and fighting for like 5th and 6th. Should I see if there's like I'm about to I'm gonna see if there's some kind of editing that I can do right now. I'm assuming it's gonna be called like playoff. All right.
Playoff matchup. Oh yeah. Oh, that's just a bracket. Damn.
Oh, does
Not
that
Yeah,
the
have to
you
do
league.
like
with the
can't
number of
edit the
teams we
bottom
have?
one here. Good.
That's
Wait, what'd you
stupid.
say,
Although I
Dave?
don't know why that. No, never mind. Whatever I said didn't make sense anyway.
Okay.
Dumb.
Playoff settings, rules here. Playoff bracket setup. Playoff
Calling you a
schedule.
bunch of nonsense.
It doesn't matter because it doesn't look like I can fucking edit it anyways.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dumb.
So that sucks. Championship game. Kyle versus Dave. Right
Hey.
now, Dave is projected to win by 1
Wait.
point. Is this your?
You said Kyle. Hey. Whoa.
Championship game. Paul versus Dave. Dave's projected to win by 1 point. Are your lineups actually
Nail
like
biter.
final right now or no?
I mean, I don't really see who on my bench I would put start. You know, and mine's
Yeah.
pretty much set.
I don't know who on my
only
bench
things
I would put start.
Fuck off, man.
my only questions are Pittman and my quarterback. Because I don't know. Those are my only two that I would change. Everything else is locked in.
Honestly, bro, I'm just gonna throw it out right now. I think DJ Moore's your. Oh no, Allen Lazard against Minnesota with no Christian Watson. That actually might be the move.
Oh shit.
Don't put thoughts in my head, dude. You can make me overthink it.
Well, I just want to see what the over/under on that
until
game
the
is.
weekend.
48-point over/under,
wow.
or are we gonna fucking start Pittman in a 38.5-point over/under?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, let's check DJ Moore too. DJ Moore 40.5.
40, yeah.
That's not that much.
I'm just gonna throw it out now. Dak Prescott's putting up 30 points. Do what you want with that information, Paul. Keep Kirk in if you want.
I wasn't planning on. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We gotta fucking confuse Paul, dude. We gotta confuse Paul.
Not worrying about anything.
All right. So Paul, how are you feeling about your team though, overall?
Pretty solid. If Mark Andrews, if he miraculously like pulls off like a 20-point, I mean, it's not gonna. I don't know why I'm even saying this. I'm just really hopeful that happens. But yeah, it just really comes down to what I do with Pittman or my quarterback spot. Everything else, every other person, I feel confident in at least like getting me solid points. So
Paul was talking about it earlier. He's got Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs, his first and second round pick on Monday night, which is crazy. But he's also got the double-edged sword, CD on Thursday.
CD against Tennessee and.
But think about it.
Houston.
Think about it. Thursday ends. CD has 3 points. Then what are we doing?
Panicking.
Then it's full panic mode. Dave, if tomorrow night comes and goes and CD scores 38 points, do you think you have any chance?
Probably not. 38 points.
Yeah, so I just want to see. Oh my God! Yeah, people are believing in Pittman, dude. This is crazy. Yeah. I might just be soured on Pittman because he sucked so much all year. Maybe I'm missing something. He is a safe bet. Maybe it'll depend on like if you need a safe bet or like a high ceiling play. You know, like if you only need 6 points, then Pittman. You're getting so mad right now. You just want me to stop putting ideas in your head.
I don't want to. I'm not thinking about it yet, dude. I'm gonna wait till Saturday.
All right, Dave. How are you feeling about your team?
I mean, I'm not gonna sell myself short. I think my team has been pretty good this year, but I'm not gonna lie. When Breece Hall got hurt earlier this year, I was like, not my championship dreams. Like, I feel like kind of died in that moment because I was just rolling with straight up mid at running back. Like it's like mid that can also put up 30 points, but you just never know when that's gonna be.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, even though my record's 11-3, I'm kind of happy to be here. You know, I did not.
Yeah, I feel you.
Kind of questioned whether I'd get this far. So, no, I feel good though. I mean, I think this is gonna be a good matchup. The projection even shows that too. So, I don't know.
Ooh, last time you guys played, Paul beat you by 3, week 6.
Damn.
Revenge narrative. Revenge narrative.
I think so. Yeah, so it's basically just gonna be like, is Miles Sanders, David Montgomery, are they gonna have their shit games, or are they gonna have their like random 20, 30-point games?
Also, what if Miles Sanders doesn't play?
Oh, dude, actually, well. I'm screwed. I'm actually really screwed. Like my bench is so. Just
there's probably people on waivers. What's up, Paul?
That's true.
I got some bad news. We have reservations at a place we're supposed to be at.
All right, Paul. Well, shit, we didn't get to pick our games.
I know.
I'm not having Dave pick the games again, dude.
He's picking them.
No way.
Dave
gave you a 3-game lead after that.
No.
Yeah,
This
two
is too
You
much
have to-
pressure for me.
You have to text your pick. We're tied now.
Go, dude.
We're tied now. I feel like
Oh,
That's how it goes.
So much pressure.
I know, Dave. I'm handing it
All
to
right.
you to get me back ahead. You know.
All right.
So I need your help.
I was actually kind of looking forward to be able to pick without like anything
There we
on the
go.
line.
Oh, it's on the line now. So
No, now it's on the line.
So I guess here.
All right, Paul.
right.
Good
Well,
luck in the championship, Paul.
Thanks.
Yeah, good luck, Paul.
I'll see you
And
guys
don't
later.
overthink it. Wink, wink.
We'll see, dude. I'm not doing shit.
For a second, I
All
thought
right.
he just wasn't gonna answer. I was like,
yeah,
what the
I thought
fuck?
All right, well, good
We'll
luck,
see,
Paul.
man.
See you, Paul.
See ya,
May
Dave.
the best man
Good
win.
luck, boys. Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna give you my thoughts, Dave.
Yeah.
I think Paul's beating you. I'm not even gonna lie. No offense. It's nothing against your team. I just have this weird feeling Kirk against Houston is only gonna put up like 3 points, and I have a weird feeling that like I do think Brock Purdy might score like 30 points in this game. That might save you, but I have a weird feeling Montgomery and McKinnon and Christian Kirk are all going to put up like 4 points. And I just have this weird feeling that like Diggs is going to have like 18, CD's going to have like 20. I have a weird feeling about Mark Andrews, Brian Robinson against Cleveland. Paul's just got a shit ton of like really
Diggs
good
and Mixon
matchups.
Scare me because that game I think is going to be so good and
Exactly.
in prime time.
Yeah,
But, like,
I seriously think they might both get 20
like,
points.
Like it's going to end like 33-27 final score and there's just touchdowns left and right. Like it's not going to, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Yeah, I think if you go into Monday night and you're not up by 60 at least, then I'd be like scared as fuck. This is what happened to me against Paul like, I don't know, 4 weeks ago or something. Like one of the game when I won like 142 to like 120 or whatever, I went into Monday night and Paul had CD and Dak and he needed 60 points combined from them. And they had like 40 combined in like the first half. And I was like, what the actual fuck is going on right now? Like fantasy is so like weird like that. So yeah, I think if you're up by 30 going into Monday night, do you think you would even feel comfortable at all?
I wouldn't feel comfortable. Like I think 30 is right around the cutoff where it's like, okay, I still have a chance, but yeah, that wouldn't feel safe in any way.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's going to be weird. It's crazy. It's going to come down to Monday night. Do you have any Monday night players?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think
you do
like,
have Sunday night, guys. Yeah. Najee, I guess.
Najee, that's it. And Justin Tucker. But
actually, I think the Cowboys could put up like a quick like 28-pointer against Tennessee.
That I feel good about their defense. Like I know they've been having some bad games lately fantasy-wise, but I think
against what the fuck is their quarterback? Malik Willis.
Yeah. Oh,
Malik Willis and Derrick Henry. Like they might fucking.
And like I don't even think they have like their number one receiver either. So like Malik's gonna be just running the whole time probably.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Is it weird to say that I think I'm like out of all my running backs, I'm most confident in McKinnon?
No, I think it's honestly. So I'd actually say I'm most confident in Najee because he's really consistent.
Yeah.
But after Najee, I'd probably say McKinnon, and then I guess I'd say Sanders. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Montgomery makes no sense to me. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. He had 22 points. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, dude.
A big part of why I won, I think, that week. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess when you look at him recently, he's been putting up double digits a lot lately. But still, though.
It just doesn't feel like real or something.
David Montgomery.
Yeah, no part of me feels safe with Christian Kirk, dude. Wide receiver 13 on the year, and it's like
it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it's so weird. I think like after this week, like in going into week 14, I think he was wide receiver 10, and I was like, how's that possible, dude? Yeah, it was so fucking weird. So actually, you know what? If you get a Travis like that, it's so funny because Paul, you look at him and it's like, you know, the running backs and the wide receivers and then like quarterback and stuff, like that's where Paul will kill you. And then you go to you and it's like the tight end and like the defense and like the kicker, I guess, or something. So it's going to be, If Travis Kelce gets like a 20-something point game and the Cowboys get like 18 points or something, then you're like right in there. It's good. It's just going to be tough. Like if I had to pick, I'd pick Paul, but I'm not saying you don't have a chance. I do have a weird feeling about Brock Purdy putting up a shit ton of points. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. Oh, yeah, and they're playing the Raiders without Carr, so they probably like won't even like move the ball that much. So I don't know. Should we your scale on 1 to 10 confidence in winning this game?
Probably go with like a 5 or 6 because I'm like really on the fence on who. Like even if like switch the situations and I have Paul's team, I still would probably feel like roughly the same.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50. Like I'm definitely not confident. I'm not confidently picking Paul. I just if I had to pick, then I'd pick Paul. So Paul versus Dave. Hilariously enough, Paul being in the championship when like 4 weeks ago he was saying that I was agreeing with him too, but that this is like the fucking worst fantasy season ever and it makes no sense and it was so fucking lucky and weird, and now Paul's in the Mickey Mouse championship. It's like poetic justice.
No, it's honestly been the weirdest year. I mean, even me at 11-3, I've not felt confident in my team is like in the last probably 6-7 weeks.
Yeah.
And yet somehow here I am.
Yeah, it's fucking holy shit, dude. Nick Barlow's in fucking first place in our thing. That's crazy. He played an injured player. Did you have Jordan Poole? Because Jordan Poole literally has 6 points. Yeah, he's
the rest of I'm kind of pissed. I played TJ Warren too because he sucked ass, but
yeah, it's looking. Unfortunately for me, it looks like the 10 o'clock guys are what's gonna like literally completely fuck my asshole, because I'm looking and I put Kevin Herter in, who has 4 points at the end of the first. Poole 6 points. Kuminga has 7 points. Like holy shit! But I feel good about starting Giannis. I wonder if anyone has. I just want to see if anyone has like Jokic or anything. Where are you on here? Is your team doing good or no?
I'm in 5th.
And you've got Poole. And
that's all I have left.
Porter.
Oh, and Porter, yeah.
Porter's actually fucking killing it.
He's
wow.
having a good game, yeah.
Yeah. So Paul versus Dave, Mickey Mouse Championship, the championship of a lifetime. And now we're going to go to picking the scores. So last week, the only game me and Paul called different was I called the Bengals, Paul called the Patriots. Winning that game, and so now we're tied on the season. For anyone that doesn't remember, I think I said it earlier, but Dave's the one who like gave Paul his like 3-game lead that he was able to keep for like the whole season. So now we're fucking right back at it. First off, Cowboys Titans, and we're both picking the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's any debate there.
This is a tough week to call games, actually. Because I was looking through them just on my own, or I was doing like the playoff predictor thing, like picking the rest of the season and seeing like where seeds ended up and stuff based on who I thought would win. And I was like, wow, these games are tough. Bears, Lions in Detroit.
Lions.
Yeah, I'm going Lions.
Like this is one of those games I could see the Bears somehow like weirdly winning.
Oh, I could totally see the Bears so weirdly winning. Like the Lions are definitely way better than the Bears. But the Lions will just like somehow collapse because they're Detroit. But I am gonna pick the Lions because it is a home game and I just feel more confident. Colts, Giants. Who are you taking it in?
Giants.
Ooh, okay. A bold pick. Yeah.
The Colts are so fucking bad.
Yeah, I will not pick the Colts, especially away too. Absolutely not.
The Colts absolutely are like the Texans. They just had a better start to the year.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they were like right in the same boat where if they played the Texans, like people are shitting on the Texans for being like a 2-win team, but the Colts started like what 3-2-1, and they're now 4-10-1. I think.
Yeah, it's the Colts. It's funny because the Colts started the season with a tie against Houston, and I think all of us were like, "Oh, what a fluky game!" Haha, the Colts. That's going to be a bad tie at the end of the year. Maybe it'll hurt them in playoff implications. And now it's like, oh no, they suck. That game did nothing for playoff implications because they're just bad.
They're just so horrible.
It does say it's bad weather, but yeah, we're both going Giants with this. Browns versus Commanders in Maryland. Paul, Dave.
I gotta go Commanders.
I was kind of hoping you picked the Browns. I'm picking Commanders. The Browns have just looked so fucking bad. There are like reports coming out that like Stefanski like isn't even like calling the game plan or something. Like someone else is calling the plays. Yeah, like there's weird shit going on. The players are like getting disciplined. Like Myles Garrett is like faking sick and shit. Like the team's completely like collapsed. Like I can't believe the Commanders. I guess maybe because Carson Wentz might be starting, or he did get in, or because they've looked bad the last few weeks. But I can't believe they're only 2-point favorites. I would have expected it to be like. Yeah, I know. I would have expected Commanders to be like 4-point favorites, and I feel like I would take the Browns with the points there just because I think the Commanders are going to win, but I think that they're only going to win by like 2 or 3, but obviously with it being -2, yeah. So we're both going Commanders. Cardinals, Falcons, who are you taking? See, it's like games like this where it's like, I don't even care who wins this. How am I supposed to pick who wins this? It doesn't matter to me.
Is Trace McSorley still playing?
I honestly have no idea.
I don't know if that really changes my decision. I just was curious.
Injuries.
I don't know.
What the fuck is his name? Cole. Wait, Cole McCoy's not even on the. Is Cole McCoy completely healthy?
Maybe.
Because they're not even listing him on like the injury report or anything. Cole McCoy expected to start. Okay.
I'll go Cardinals.
Fuck you, dude.
Why, is that what you're going with?
Yeah, because I actually don't think that Colt McCoy is like all that bad at all. It's the away Cardinals where the Cardinals like play better on the road, and also I think Colt McCoy is actually a really solid backup, and the Falcons have just shit the bed down the road. I mean, weren't they like 5-6 or something at one point? Like,
yeah, no, they were, because they were like one game behind the. Yeah, they've lost 4 straight.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah, because I remember being like, well, I actually did say to Nick Barlow, I was like, dude, whoever wins the South might win it with like 7 wins. Now, unfortunately, the Bucks have won like some shitty games close, so it's gonna end up being like 8 or 9. Yeah, I want it to happen so badly,
also,
dude.
I wanted to see not the Bucks out of that division.
I know, dude.
I would love to see the Panthers somehow like win that division.
Yeah, that would be hilarious if the Panthers like cut Baker Mayfield and then everyone was like fucking idiots, and then they like make the playoff. And you're like, what the hell? So yeah, we're both going Cardinals on that. Broncos, Chiefs.
I was hoping you'd go Falcons, so that way there'd be a game separation.
Yeah, no, I was hoping you would go Falcons because you'd be like, it's the Falcons at home and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I almost didn't want to see I almost didn't want to check if Cole McCoy was playing, so that you'd be like, Trace McSorley, oh yeah, Falcons, and I'd be like, fuck you, dude, Cardinals win. We're both going Chiefs and Broncos. Chiefs. Yeah. Dolphins, Patriots in Foxborough, and I think Teddy Bridgewater's starting for.
He is, and I'm
Dolphins.
Going Patriots. I'm going with my heart.
Yeah, I'm going with my heart. I think even if Tua was playing, nothing against Tua, literally not saying anything against Tua, even though he has looked like ass. But it's just the fact that it's like, it's Belichick and it's a home game. It's in Foxborough, playoff implications. The Dolphins were shitting the bed down this stretch anyways, even before Tua was out. So I was going to pick Patriots in this either way. And actually, you know what? I'm just realizing that helps the Steelers out, doesn't it? Because the Steelers need the Dolphins to lose their next 2, and
Patriots to lose to the Bills, and then Jets to lose to the Seahawks.
Yeah, so all you need is like 3 things to happen basically, and you're in, which is kind of crazy.
I honestly think it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but like the fact that it's actually that realistic enough, I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of amazing.
It's gonna come down. I genuinely, I'm that confident that the Patriots are gonna beat the Dolphins that I genuinely think it's gonna come down to Jets Seahawks this week. Like that's the game you have to watch.
And as long as the Bills are playing for the number 1 seed, I think there's no reason they wouldn't beat the Patriots next week.
Exactly. I mean, even if they, so. I think it's I just am so confident that the Patriots are going to beat the Dolphins that I'm literally like, dude, if the Seahawks beat the Jets this week, then like that's it. Like the Steelers, I think they're just going to fucking make it, dude.
We'll get into the Steelers Ravens later, but I don't know. We'll see.
No way, unless Lamar plays, and even then,
dude, I don't want to get too excited. Okay, I'm not like. You never know. There's still too many things that need to happen.
It was just crazy that I was doing the playoff predictor and like during it I was like because I actually we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay.
We're both picking Patriots. Saints, Eagles. I'm gonna go Eagles.
Yeah.
I think it's even in Philadelphia too. You're going Eagles then?
Yeah.
Panthers, Bucks. Who you taking? It's in Tampa.
This one is totally heart over head pick here. I'm going Panthers.
Damn, man, fuck! Oh no, this
like I don't think
sucks.
there's any reason the Buccaneers should lose this game, but like I know Paul would probably want the Panthers, and I want the Panthers so bad.
I know
would
that's what
absolutely love that
sucks
team
is
to make the playoffs.
I want the Panthers to win, but should I pick the Panthers to win?
Yeah.
Fuck. Have they played each other this year yet? Do you know?
They did, yeah. Because they
did
are
the
in the same
Panthers
division.
beat them or no?
I don't know why I feel like they may have won. Or I don't know.
Wait,
I'm just
where the
totally
fuck?
saying that just for no reason. Yeah, 21-3. Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
that
the
was
Bucks
in the
won
stretch
20.
where we were like, oh wait, the Buccaneers actually fucking suck. Like we weren't sure yet. It was like you kind of
yeah,
could tell they were not great, but then they lost.
yeah.
They lost to us in
And then the Panthers.
Yeah, and then the Panthers was like, oh wait, no, this team's actually like shit.
Yeah, actually, the funny thing is too. I was talking to Nick about this because then they beat the Rams barely, and then the Seahawks barely, and then they should have beaten us, and then they beat the Saints again. And at that point, I think I was like, dude, this is gonna be one of those things where like the Bucks are gonna have some weird turnaround. They'll like somehow beat the 49ers or the Bengals, one of the two, and then we'll be like, oh, the Bucks are back. Then it was like, oh no, the Bucks just totally suck, because then they really sucked the next two games. And I was
I'm
like,
just waiting
nice.
for them to make the playoffs, and like there's just gonna still be like that small group of people that are like, don't count out Brady, bro.
It happens every year. It literally happens.
No, I'm
every
not
year.
doubting Brady. I'm doubting that shit ass team and Brady being literally an
I hate that you picked the Panthers because I'm picking the Panthers too, but I just they beat them last time and they like shithoused them, dude.
Yeah, they did.
It was such a
and actually one I think not enough people were talking about because I didn't even really realize this. The Panthers' run game, I'm pretty sure, has actually been like really good lately.
No, it has been. It has been, and the Bucks' defense has been bad. Like nothing. The Bucks even barely beating the Cardinals. It gives me no confidence.
No.
I want the Panthers to win. The Panthers. That was the one thing I was looking at. Was like I knew that the Panthers had been winning games, and I know that they just beat the Lions, but I was like, what happened before that? Like the Panthers are fucking 4-2 over their last 6 games. Like that's good. Like I just think they're hotter than the Bucks.
That Lions win was really good.
Exactly. I just think they're hotter than the Bucks right now.
Yeah,
like the Bucks just look like garbage. All right, Texans, Jags. I'm gonna go Jaguars here.
Yeah, no question. I mean, if they lose this game, I don't even know what to say.
I think it's going to get ugly for us once we hit this game. But 49ers, Raiders, I'm picking the 49ers. They're benching Derek Carr, by the way.
Yeah.
So I thought you were letting out a sigh because you were like, do I want to pick the Raiders? And I was about to be like, go ahead, dude. Pick the Raiders.
No. The 49ers look fucking awesome lately, too. It's like there's no way I'm betting against them.
Jets, Seahawks in Seattle, Dave.
I'm going with my heart here, and I'm picking the Seahawks.
Damn, bro, it's so tough. This is such a toss-up because these are two. No, it's not even that too. Like even with Mike White back, like the Seahawks and Jets both probably are like a combined like 2-8 over their last
no, they actually have had like the same like trajectory this season. Like they
exactly.
Started off hot and it was like, whoa, these teams are good, and then it's like, oh wait, these teams are kind of sucking now.
Right, the Seahawks are literally
so bad.
The Seahawks are 1-5 over their last 6 games.
You know what?
And the Jets are 1-5 too. That's what I'm telling you, dude. They both suck.
Before you showed me the Jets, I was like, I wish you hadn't shown me that because now I have no faith in the Seahawks being able to win that. But now oh my god.
That's why I'm saying this game is the toss-up of the toss-ups. When I was doing the playoff predictor, I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to pick this game, dude? Like, they both suck so bad now.
You know what actually pisses me off, like, just to bring this back to the Steelers one more time, is that we were up 20-10 against the Jets, and we let Zach Wilson score 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. And I still think about that moment as, like, wow, we could still control our own destiny if we didn't let Zach fucking Wilson, the worst quarterback in the NFL, do that to us.
You know,
like, how did that happen?
Do the Jets own the NFC or the AFC North? I actually kind of want to see. No, they lost to the Ravens. They lost to the Ravens and Bengals. Fuck, I was gonna say that would be fucking hilarious if
did they start the season against the entire AFC North.
Actually, yeah, Ravens, Browns, and then Bengals back to back.
And Steelers.
Wait, what? I didn't even notice they. I thought they played the Steelers later on.
Who was like, making the schedule and was like, yeah, let's just have them play the whole fucking AFC North for no reason. Like,
what the fuck, dude? How did I miss that? That's so weird. I wonder if like the Seahawks have any kind of weird. No.
Oh my god.
They literally just played the AFC North back to back to back to back. That's fucking crazy. How can I pick this game, bro? They both suck so bad.
Yeah. That's why I'm going hard on this one.
I'm gonna this is so tough. Like, who have the Jets played? Like, I'm fucking picking the Jets, dude. I'm picking the Jets for Chip's sake. It's literally just for Chip's sake. There are 3 reasons why I'm picking the Jets. One is because Mike White's back. 2 is because Vegas has them favored by 1.5. So I'm honestly just kind of trusting Vegas here a little bit. 3 is because I know the Jets have definitely fallen apart down the stretch here, but it's like with Seattle, it's like, you know, barely beat the Rams, and that was before Baker. Like, and the Rams have looked a little better with Baker, but like they just looked bad in all these. Like, the Chiefs and 49ers are good, but like Panthers, like I don't know how to feel. All I know is that the Jets I can at least say
their losses have come to good teams.
Yeah, and like, so that's why I'm just gonna pick the Jets for that. This is a total toss up. I have no faith in this pick, but I would have no faith whichever one I pick. So I'm just gonna go opposite of you, and we'll see. And like I said, for Chip's sake, I'm rooting for the Jets for Chip's sake, but at the same time, I'm almost rooting against the Jets for Chip's sake, because like they don't have a fucking quarterback. But it doesn't matter at this point. They can't get a low enough pick to get anyone good. So I guess
I think you still got to root for like your young team to make the playoffs, because that Jets defense is so fucking good that like if you made the playoffs with a combination of Zach Wilson and Mike White, like you'd probably be feeling pretty good.
And Joe Flacco. Don't forget Joe Flacco started like the first fucking 3 weeks.
I'm just going to say I think Flacco should be starting. But, I mean, you know.
Honestly,
Mike White might be better. I don't know.
Mike White and Flacco are the exact same to me. And honestly,
Mike White's just younger, so I guess you just got to see what you have with him.
Yeah, and it's more of the fact that Joe Flacco just, I don't think he like wants to play football. Like,
he doesn't look like it.
Yeah, so I feel like they should be starting Mike White, who the team is like.
It makes more sense.
The team, I think, kind of rallies behind him, and I don't think Joe Flacco even wants to play. So,
yeah.
All right, I got Jets and you got Seahawks, and that's a total coin flip. No matter, like, I can't even be mad at however way that goes. I have no idea. Which is the same way I feel about this next one.
I was just gonna say I'm kind of weirdly feeling the same about this one.
Vikings Packers. It's in Green Bay.
I am going to go with the. I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Ooh.
But like, I actually really want to go Packers here because they actually have not looked horrible lately.
But then it's like they've played ass anyways, so like I don't even know. It fucking sucks. I wish it wasn't in Green Bay. I think if it was in Minnesota, I'd be like, no question.
Way easier, yeah.
I might go to the next one. Rams Chargers. I'm gonna pick the Chargers in that one.
Chargers, yeah.
And then, the next one's hard too. All right, we're at a fucking. The next 2 are hard after this. Okay, the next 3, the Vikings, Packers, Steelers, Ravens. Yeah, these are all fucking hard. Vikings, Packers first. We gotta decide on that one first. Fucking hell, dude. This is a 4:00 game? Okay, I was wondering if it would be prime time, in which case I would pick against Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. Something just tells me the Packers are going to pull this out because
that's what I'm saying, dude. It's just a feeling I have. It's just a feeling I have. I'm picking the Packers. It's just. So, are you going to pick the Packers then?
Yeah, the Vikings have the division locked up. Like they're not. Like,
I don't think they're
playing for seeding, but like
it's this weird vibe I get. It's in Green Bay. I feel like Rodgers is going to be like, I don't want to lose to Kirk Cousins twice in one season, especially not at home. It's going to be cold. The Vikings play in a fucking dome. I actually don't know if the season ends if they lose this game. By the way, because technically, if the Commanders were to lose out. I think
that's true.
Yeah, I think that the next week Packers versus Lions is going to decide the division no matter what, because if the Packers win there and if the Lions do, but it all depends on the Commanders anyways. Regardless, I don't know, dude. It's just so weird. It's like I think the Packers suck, but like
Yeah.
It's just Aaron Rodgers, and it's in Green Bay, and it's going to be cold.
You know
the
what?
Vikings playing a dome.
I'm only saying this too because they just won against the Dolphins, and not that like the Dolphins have been that great lately either. But I just something about that win, I was like, this feels like a team that's like gonna win the next 2 games. And,
Yeah,
like,
it was
maybe
like
make
all of a
playoffs.
sudden the Packers have gone like 4-1 in their last 5 or some shit like that, and now I'm like, oh, I guess
it just has that
it's like
feeling where
4-2.
you're like,
But yeah, it's
like, oh,
it's
Aaron
so
Rodgers just
weird.
pulling
Yeah,
off some
I don't know
They
how
won.
I don't have any like actual like stats that I can pull up besides like
No.
will Rodgers lose twice to the Vikings in one season? Like when was the last time that happened? I honestly have no idea. So I'm picking the Packers. And you are too, right?
Yeah.
And then we both picked the Chargers over the Rams. So Steelers, Ravens. Who are you taking? It is in Baltimore, so I guess that makes it a
that's
little
what makes
harder.
it tough. I mean, and we did lose to them last time, even without Lamar. But that was also Trubisky having like one of the worst games I've ever seen.
Yeah, you got Kenny P back in there.
Yeah, who at least is a little bit safer with the ball. I mean, not to shit on Mitch, but 3 picks and against a team that has Tyler Huntley is not great.
35-point over under. Wow.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers. I have to.
You motherfucker. I was hoping that you'd be like, I don't want to jinx them and pick a. I think the Ravens fucking suck, dude. I'm picking the Steelers. I think it speaks volumes that the Ravens are only 2-point favorites at home over the Steelers. That to me shows like.
I think it's.
Go ahead.
No, I think their defense is just holding it together right now, and that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I think even if Lamar comes back, they have no weapons. Like, I have no faith in the Ravens. I really think they suck. And the Steelers have been playing good. I know the Steelers have been like barely winning games, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me. I'm picking the Steelers. I was going to pick the Steelers no matter what in this. When I did the playoff predictor, I picked the Steelers over the Ravens. I could be wrong and like whatever. I don't really care. But like, I do want to see like, I bet the Ravens have like probably gone like 1-4 over their last 5 or something. What the fuck? Oh, because they're barely winning these games.
Yeah.
I forgot that they've been barely winning these. That's the other thing too, is I don't like picking division teams to beat a division rival twice in one season. Is the other thing.
They're like a play or 2 away in each of these games recently from actually being 1-4, like you said.
It feels like they've lost. It feels like they've lost every game since the Panthers to me. I can't believe that's insane. I seriously, it felt like they lost this game and this game and this game and this past week. That's why I was like, did the Ravens win? Because it didn't even fucking feel like it. That's crazy.
What I'm saying. Like their defense is just like keeping them alive lately. Like their defense is so good that's pretty much what
I'm just going with the Steelers. It just feels like the Steelers are just going to finish 9-8. I had them finishing 9-8 to start the season, and then they started so shitty, and I was like, "Wow, I guess I'm wrong." And then now it's like, "Oh, I guess."
I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, no matter what happens, I'm just like the fact that we started that shitty and are still at this point talking about a playoff possibility. I'm like, that's actually like that's all I can ask.
It is funny people being like, coming into this season, the Steelers were rebuilding, and it's like, were they rebuilding? Like, Big Ben sucked last year. Like, I know it's going to be a rookie quarterback in Mitch Trubisky. Like, how much worse can it like get? And yeah, Mitch sucks, but like, I don't know. I didn't really.
I wouldn't consider like I texted you. I wouldn't consider it a rebuilding year. I would just consider it like people like have that narrative just because we lost a franchise quarterback. So it's like, oh, they're rebuilding, but really like. We have a super, super young offense. Like I think the oldest starter is like 26 years old. So it's in a sense, I guess the offense is rebuilding, but like our defense is exactly what we like expected it to be.
Yeah, and then hilariously enough, the defense like sucked for a while.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. Well, it's been better lately, but yeah, it was pretty bad for a while.
So we're both going Steelers. That is kind of crazy that like the Steelers and Packers picks were like. They're just gut feelings by me, dude.
No,
I don't know why. I don't. But honestly,
the gut feeling with a little bit of my heart for the Steelers because I
yeah, that's true. See, if I were you, I was thinking you would pick the Ravens to be like, I don't know, though. It's in Baltimore, blah blah blah. I'm gonna play it off like because that was what I would do if the Browns were in that situation. I'd be like, I'm picking the other team, but then secretly be like, I think we can win.
If I'm being honest, like I think we can win, but like if I'm being completely honest, I don't have much confidence. But I don't know. Like I gotta go with it. The only thing I was gonna say though is last thing on this game is it's gonna absolutely suck if like the Jets beat the Seahawks and then this game just doesn't matter for us. And
yeah, that would suck.
Nighttime prime time game that just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Oh well. Jordan Poole still sucking. Kevin Huerter still sucking. Kuminga's still sucking. This is fucking crazy. All right. So on to the last game. Bills Bengals, also a really tough one to call.
Man.
God, this sucks. This really sucks. I seriously don't even know. I don't even.
If this game were played earlier in the year, without even one question of, dude, look at that Bengal. Oh my God, they both are.
I know.
Wait, hold on. Why do I feel like the Bills have lost a couple more recently than they have?
Probably because they lost these Jets and Vikings ones.
Maybe around that time I was like starting to question.
I mean,
the
they had this close game against the
games.
Dolphins. They were losing in this game,
That's
so
right.
maybe that's what you were thinking. I think the Lions too. They also kind of came.
That was kind of close, yeah. Oh God, actually, no, I really don't.
Dude,
know.
they both just been on fire, on fire. Yeah.
And none of them have like huge wins over a big team. Like, I mean, the Bengals did beat the Chiefs, but like, it doesn't matter. I mean, a win streak like that, whatever. It's a huge win streak regardless. But fuck, man, I'm gonna go. God, I fucking hate myself for this. I'm gonna pick
No. Don't say it. We're gonna say it on 3. Okay. Dude, this sucks because I really don't. I don't know if. Oh, this fucking sucks, dude. All right, I'm counting down from 3.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Bengals. Oh, fuck, dude. I thought you were totally going to pick the fucking Bills. It's just because it's in Cincinnati, I think.
Exactly.
I think if it was in Buffalo, I'd be like...
so fucking good lately.
I know, and it's also the...
Too, but dude,
it's also the combination of, like... It's just... This is, like... Not to even bring up the Browns, but this would be classic Browns, where it's like the division rival is like a fucking Super Bowl contender when like you were supposed to be a good team like 2 years ago. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's like rubbing it in the like the Browns faces or something. Like, I have this weird, this is just another gut thing. I picked the Bengals to win in the playoff predictor also. I just have a really weird gut feeling that like the Bengals are going to win this. I don't know why.
I hate the Bengals so much. Well,
you know what? That's good for you though too, because if the Bills
have a reason to play next week,
yes, and then that oh my God, that's actually so you pretty much you picked with just all the Steelers in mind right now.
To be
that's
honest,
crazy that I literally picked basically the same as you, and I'm not even picking with the Steelers in my mind, dude. That's how when people are like the Steelers only have like a 2% chance to make it, I'm like, dude, watch, because come next week, I bet it'll be at fucking like 40% or some shit. It's gonna be fucking.
The same thing that did happen last year too. We had like a very slim shot, and we needed like all the things that need to happen this year was like the same thing, and we're like, all right, it's a long shot, but maybe, and then it happened. So
I know that it would have sucked, but like. It would have been so historically hilarious if the Raiders and Chargers tied. That would have been so fucking funny last year. And the Steelers didn't make it because of that. That would have been so fucking funny.
I don't want to revisit that moment. That was one of the worst feelings of my life, was just sitting on the edge of my bed watching that game.
And it was like, hey, all I have to do is like not tie. And then it goes to overtime and you're like, it's like, what are the odds? And then it comes down to it and it's like, what?
When it did go to overtime, though, I was like, these teams are going to play so conservatively because they're just going to play not to lose. And that's exactly what happened until whatever happened that made the Raiders decide, okay, we're just going to go for the win here.
Yeah, fuck, dude. That
was maybe one of the worst things. And the only thing I can compare it to was like, I remember there was a time 10 years ago where like we needed like 6 things to happen on the last week of the season. We are 8-8. Every one of those things happened, and then the Chiefs just had to beat the Chargers. Ryan Suckup lines up for a game winner. It was like 38 yards, just misses it wide left. It goes into overtime and they lose. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I hate this guy. And ever since that day, I've hated Ryan Suckup.
Is he the kicker? Does he kick for the Bucks now?
Yeah, he does.
I was gonna say
hate him anymore, but you know.
No, it's just crazy. He's got to be pretty fucking old now.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I read this pass thing as piss, and I was like, what the fuck?
Piss, Joe Burrow.
So yeah, we both picked the Bengals there. So I actually think after all that, the only game we have different is Jets Seahawks. I really am curious as to what Paul would pick. I might text Paul and like just get what his pick. I mean, I'm not gonna change him. He gave it. He put it up to you. So whatever. Like that's what we're going with again. But I do wonder, because I feel like he would pick like the same way. I don't know.
I was kind of hoping we'd have a couple more games that were different just to like see, but I guess also it doesn't make me feel as bad though if that one game is different then.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Paul would have picked Bills and he would have picked Ravens, but
I know
nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
I feel like he just picks against the Steelers every week, and he picks the Bills every week, no matter who they're playing. Nothing, dude. He gave you, he told you who to pick, dude. So it doesn't really matter.
Right.
But here are the picks. Oh shit, I forgot there's like no bye weeks now, so I have to make this font smaller. Here are the picks. Jets, Seahawks, the one to look out for. And then I guess we have this week and then next week, and then we'll see who wins. I can't believe I brought it back, dude. I was down by like 4 or 5 games against Paul.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's fucking insane. Yeah, so that's that with the game pickings, whatever. The games to look out for this week is Nick trying to finish 7th, Steve potentially finishing last place after finishing first place last year. And then obviously the championship game, Paul versus Dave. It's a toss-up, a classic toss-up. I'm glad it didn't come down to like one of you being projected like 122 and the other like 105, and it's like, this fucking sucks. So at least we got a good game going. Dave, do you have any message to the fans that you want to leave with before we sign off here?
Last year left a little bit of a bitter taste in our mouth. And
did you lose in the championship last year?
Yeah, to Steve.
Okay.
So the fans were a little bit let down. I know we had a good run, but it was still disappointing. So I'm just hoping, we're gonna do everything we can out there on Sunday and to make sure we don't have that same feeling. Hopefully next week we'll be talking about a championship dub, but we'll see how it goes.
And I guess I should put this out there now. I definitely am rooting for you to lose, Dave, because as it stands right now, so first of all, I wish Paul didn't make us create new leagues 2-3 years in a row, because I won in 2015, 16, and 17, but we only have the data for 2017. So as it stands right now, I'm the only multi-winner in the league. And I don't want anyone else to fuck. And then if you get one more closer, I'll only be one ahead of you, dude. So I don't want that to happen at all. Like 20, I think the year that you got Patrick Mahomes very late in the draft.
19?
Yeah, 19, 18,
something like that.
Oh,
that would have been like 18, yeah, because that would have been, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the year that you won it all, at least.
It had to have been Mahomes' first year playing, because like after his first year, he was already so good that there's no way he would have been like taken that late.
Yeah, it's kind of obnoxious too, because I know Paul was talking on here about how he had never even won a playoff game in this league before this year. But that's similar to me, where I either win it all, or I guess I either make the championship, because I've made the championship and won it 3 times and then made it and lost. So I either make the championship or I fucking just lose in the first round, because that's how it's been. It's win, and then it's like 5th, 6th, like 5th, 2nd, and then like another like 5th or whatever. And it's like, I don't know what's up with that. It's like, I feel like the bye weeks are just like super important or something. And I think you lead the league in like most bye weeks, Dave. You've gotten a bye week in like half of this years that you've been in here.
Actually, probably, yeah.
Because, so we switched around the divisions like a couple years ago, or maybe coming into this year or something. Because that's when we looked and we were like, what was it? It was like, I think it was, I can't even remember what it was. We switched the divisions around just because it was like, okay, Dave's just getting a bye week every year. So like, I don't know, let's switch a few teams around and see if like that even makes a difference, but keep like the top people the same. So it was like me and Paul were the same, and then you and Steve were the same. And I took the like last 5 years of data that we had and like put it together to like give everyone like a ranking based on like how they've performed in the past. So it was like I had like 2 like S tier guys, which were like you and Steve and me and Paul, and we're in separate ones, and then like mid tier guys, which surprisingly is Gorman. Gorman actually might be like the 5th best player in our league somehow. he fucking kills it. He doesn't make a waiver move all year, but he somehow fucking does it.
I feel like he usually actually has pretty good teams. I know this year's team kind of like collapsed.
He won it. He won it one year, and I mean his team. He still finished 6-8. So regardless, so it was like Gorman and Mike were on like the same playing field. Dewey actually was ranked really fucking. Dewey was the worst player in fantasy according to everything. And then so I think him and Austin offset, and then Nick was like was tied with like Kyle in terms of performance. So that's like how we split it up.
Okay, I didn't even know this.
Yeah, that way, just because me and Paul were like, it was more that we looked and like, it was like you and Steve were like basically guaranteed to one of you two get the bye every year, because we looked and we were like, dude, what the fuck? You guys basically don't lose to Austin all year long every year. So we're like, it was like that, and then maybe like Dewey too. But I think we kept Dewey in your league, and then he ended up being good. But so yeah, we switched it up for that, but it didn't even matter because you got the bye again. But I'm pretty sure you just lead the league in buys every year anyways. It's kind of fucking crazy.
Damn. Well,
either way, I'm rooting against you. Fuck you. I don't want you getting close to my 3 titles.
That's fine. You know, I was actually just thinking Paul's kind of like the Bengals of fantasy, like just going forever without a playoff win, and then all of a sudden just making it right to the championship.
Yeah, and then I'm like the Steelers, winning 3 Super Bowls and then pissing their pants for the next like 5
3
years.
Mickey Mouse Super Bowls in the 70s when it didn't count.
Oh yeah, true. I was thinking of the 2000s, but I guess if we want to go back to the Mickey Mouse era, then that works too. Yeah, I think that's it. Now I got to check FanDuel and see if my guys are done like actually pissing themselves.
I kind of give up at a certain point every week on FanDuel. Once my team's like, oh yeah, I'm 6th now. Yeah, I'm fucked.
How far down am I? Tell me I've got nope, third. Still nothing, dude. Oh, I'm 3rd. Hell yeah. Yeah. Is Bennett climbing up the ranks? Tell me no.
No. I mean he's still 8th, but like he's catching up point wise. It looks like.
Oh no, he's got Jokic and shit. This is not good, dude. How is
Giannis and Jokic?
Is Nick gonna fucking win, dude?
I hope so.
That would be hysterical.
With Bradley Beal getting no points.
With Bradley Beal getting 0 points, dude. I cannot believe that Jordan Poole, Herter, and Kuminga. When these games started, I was actually like, dude, I'm fucking gonna win this week. Let's go. And now they've combined for like 15 points all between the 3 of them.
Kuminga is just dead to me. I only played him once, but it was just not good.
I only played him this week because they had so many guys out that I was like, hey, he's gonna get minutes.
You almost had to. That's the only reason I started Jordan Poole.
I'm about to fucking check and see if what Kuminga's I guarantee you he's played a lot of minutes. No, he's only played 10 minutes. Dude, fuck Kuminga. I'm pissed. Jordan Poole actually is the one that's really dead to me. I'm about to see.
I you know what's funny is like going into it, I was like, I don't really even want to start this guy, but like, how could he not have a good game?
Yeah, I feel really stupid because. Who was I between? I was between him and someone else. Fuck, and I remember they costed 7,700, whoever it was. Damn it. I wish I could remember. Fuck. All I know is it was between him and someone else, and like thinking back at it, I don't know who it was, but they have to be doing better than what Jordan Poole's gonna do at this point. Unless Jordan Poole has a crazy second half. But we're fucking getting off track here, dude. This is
sorry, Bappers. This is the Footbap podcast, so
yeah, sorry, Bappers. We shouldn't be talking FanDuel on this, so keep a lookout for the championship week. And then next week we're gonna go over, the winners, and then we're probably gonna go over a little brief recap of the season in general, and then probably a recap of like the draft and where everyone took guys at and how we all fucked up in the draft.
Should be a fun episode.
Yeah, which I actually think you and Dewey are probably 2 of the only guys that like didn't fuck. Oh, and Kyle, he had like 4 good picks.
I was gonna say that's why when you said something about Dewey being like I actually drafted my whole team, I was like, wait, I only made like 1 trade this whole season. Like most of my team was drafted too, so I don't know if that was whatever.
Oh my god, that really hit home for you, Dave.
Well, no,
you're like kind of pissed about that. I think you need to call Dewey out.
All right, Dewey, fuck you, man.
No, text right now in the group chat and say fuck you, Dewey.
All right. Yeah,
he's gonna be like,
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant it like I was just confused because I was like, wait, did he think I made like a ton of like? All right, fuck you, Dewey.
All right, we're fucking signing off. So Dewey,
All right.
fuck you. Good luck, Dave. Good luck, Paul, too, even though he's not here. And
Everyone have
Footbap
a
Nation.
safe New Year's. Let's ride.
All right, peace, fellas.